we inhale the air and exhale like we drink water, which is given to us by nature, and that's part of the philosophy of Master Sirio too, that spirituality is to be given for free, and it's just an exchange. So nobody wants to convince anybody about anything. It's not a religion, it's not a sect, or whatever. It's just an exchange motivated with selfless love for humankind, to give chance to people to improve and transform their life. And therefore I welcome you to just be happy with this chance, because it's not so common to meet such an elevated master as Master Sirio, because there are not so many in this world, I must say, because there are many who do this business, but he's not that kind. He's one of those really rare, real spiritual masters as it is meant to be. And something I think is very important, if I can give a small advice to you, just to read, that in the spiritual practice there is a word which is called darshan, which in Sanskrit means glance, the exchange of glance, because there are certain things which are beyond words, because we can speak English, we can speak Dutch, Italian, but we know it, all of us, that the real things are beyond words, and the real exchange happens from eyes to eyes. So if you really want to take the best advantage from this meeting, just open your hearts and look into the eyes of Master Sirio Ji, because what reflects back to you is like looking into the mirror of the infinite, to be face to face with the highest truth, and what arrives to you is what you can receive as much you open your heart, so that you can have very beautiful experiences just gazing at the face of Master Sirio. And now, during this encounter, we will have a small session of sacred songs, because Master Sirio gives much importance to these holy songs, because they are very conductive and they charge up the atmosphere, that makes us, they make us relaxed and make it possible to tune in easily with the spiritual currents. And also he's a very good singer, he has a beautiful voice. And then after that we are going to have a brief meditation session together to experience the practice, and then he also will give a lecture on, let's say, science of spirituality for our modern times, as he represents it. So please pay attention to him and enjoy it.
Good evening to all of you. So as she said, we begin with some songs which will help us relax, create an atmosphere, maybe make us more awake, conscious, receptive. Then we'll have a small meditation, and then you can speak some. So please listen with all of your attention and get absorbed into it, and you'll be benefited. I will sing some songs in Indian languages and some in Italian, which are my compositions. No,
सकल संपत्ति और मन बराई जिसे सकल बात ये काम सकल संपत्ति और मन बराई जिसे सकल बात ये काम श्वास दुदारा बाती जाइए श्वास दुदारा बाती जाइए हर गारिया तो जम हर गारी आ तो जम हारी बिन जीवन कोनिका हारी बिन जीवन कोनिका नाम न जपियो सदा मद माता को बेतियो अपना निज दाम नाम न जपियो सदा मद माता को बेतियो अपना निज दाम सकल मता में केवल हरि नाम सकल मता में केवल हरि नाम बिन रस चाके जीवन कोनिका हरि बिन जीवन कोनिका हरि बिन जीवन कोनिका हरि नाम सब जग का चुनाई कोल देखो वेद कुरान हरि नाम सम जग का चुनाई, खोले देखो वेद कुरान, हरि हरि करते तुम्हारे गवाई। अब तो कर ले अपना जानो, अब तो कर ले अपना जानो। हरि बिन जीवन कोनी हरि बिन जीवन कोनी हरि जी मुको कर ले अपना, बिन पैसे बिन दाम, हर जी दस की सुन लो पुकारा, थके आए प्रभु तेरी चम, थके आए प्रभु तेरी चम। हरि बिन जीवन कोनी काम, हरि बिन जीवन कोनी हरि बिन जीवन कोनी काम, हरि बिन जीवन कोनी
So this song says, what's the use of life without God? With all what you have, you keep wishing for more. How will you recognize the truth? Truth is in the name of God, my dear friend.
Satguru voe diya abukna janiye Satguru voe diya सारे रंग मानिए सतगुरु वोए दिया सारे Satguru voe diya sajam ka dare ke aan Satguru sajam ka dare ke aan Satguru voe diya sansau sukhdeva Satguru voe diya sansau sukhdeva Satguru voe diya tanan de paiye Satguru Satguru voe diya tan sajaye samaiye Satguru voe diya tan sajaye samaiye Satguru Vedic Tarsarda Satguru Vedic Tarsarda Satguru Vedic Nakabau Juri Satguru Vedic Nakabau Juri So this is it's in Italian. Then we have the book to translate. Then we afterwards. Then maybe like the translation of the song.
Satguru vola vola, vola vola. Di terra e d'acqua più non siamo, l'etere e l'aria ci han conquistato, sottile e leggero è il nostro stato, da quando il suo sguardo clemente su noi s'è posato. Di terra e d'acqua più non siamo, l'etere e l'aria ci han conquistato, sottile e leggero è il nostro stato, da quando il suo sguardo clemente su noi s'è posato. Oh, che bello essere giunti a questo stato, dopo per lungo il deserto aver attraversato, di sete e calura più non ne potevamo, per sorgenti, fiumi e verde smaniavamo. Oh, che bello essere giunti a questo stato, dopo per lungo il deserto aver attraversato, di sete e calura più non ne potevamo, per sorgenti, fiumi e verde smaniavamo. Vola, 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 animo mio, sulle ali soavi del Nam, fino a Satguru vola vola, vola vola. In giardini e roseti scavati nell'animo vogliamo sostare, fino a sazietà di questa bontà ci vogliamo colmare, con estrema gratitudine ai suoi piedi ci vogliamo prostrare, il nostro ego sulla sua soglia vogliamo posare. In giardini e roseti scavati nell'animo vogliamo sostare, fino a sazietà di questa bontà ci vogliamo colmare, estrema gratitudine ai suoi piedi ci vogliamo prostrare, il nostro ego sulla sua soglia vogliamo posare. Di noi stessi e dei nostri guai ci vogliamo dimenticare. La nostra vita passata nell'oblio vogliamo affossare. Solo la gloria del risveglio vogliamo ricordare. Per proteggere questa conquista la vita siamo pronti a dare. Di noi stessi e dei nostri guai ci vogliamo dimenticare. La nostra vita passata nell'oblio vogliamo affossare. Solo la gloria del risveglio vogliamo ricordare. Questa conquista la vita siamo pronti a dare. Vola, 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 animo mio, sulle ali soavi del Satguru vola, 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 vola. Dio eterno, per te vogliamo smaniare. Assiduo ricordo la mente vogliamo annientare. Nel mare di luce splendente vogliamo affogare. Il Nirvikalpa Samadhi vogliamo realizzare. Eterno, per te vogliamo smaniare. Nel tuo assiduo ricordo la mente vogliamo annientare. Nel mare di luce splendente vogliamo affogare. Kalpa Samadhi vogliamo realizzare. Assenza di me, presenza di te, vogliamo praticare. Non più io, solo Dio, è il nostro comune vivere. Nella pace suprema è il nostro consueto stare. La bellezza divina dal nostro viso vogliamo irradiare. Assenza di me, presenza di te, vogliamo praticare. Non più io, solo Dio, è il nostro comune vivere. Nella pace suprema è il nostro consueto stare. Bellezza divina dal nostro viso vogliamo irradiare. Vola, vola, vola. fino a Satguru vola vola. Vola vola. Vola vola.
So I read the translation of this song in English, which you just listened to. Fly, 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 my soul, on the sweet wings of Nam, up to Satguru. Fly, fly. Of earth and water, no longer we are. Ether and the air have conquered us. Subtle and light is our state, since his forgiving glance was laid upon us. Oh, how nice to have arrived at this state, after having crossed the desert for long. Of thirst and the heat we have had enough, for springs, rivers, and green we frenzy. In gardens and rose gardens, dug in the soul, we want to remain. Up to satiety of this goodness, we want to feel ourselves. With extreme gratitude, at his feet we want to bow down. Our egos at your door we want to lay. Of ourselves and our troubles we want to forget. Into the oblivion we want to sink our past life. Only the glory of the awakening we want to remember. To protect this achievement, we are ready to give our life. Eternal God, for you we want to crave. In your diligent remembrance, we want to shatter the mind. In the sea of resplendent light, we want to be drowned. The nirvikalpa samadhi we want to achieve. Absence of me, presence of thee, we want to practice. No more I, only in God is our common way of living. In the supreme peace, it's our customary place. Divine beauty from our faces we want to radiate. Fly, fly, fly my soul, on the sweet wings of Nam, up to Satguru. Fly, fly.
Thank you so much, GAIA.
Mi sono svegliato incamminato alla ricerca dell'eterna verità. Dell'eterna verità. La voglio realizzare in questa vita. La voglio realizzare in questa vita. Non voglio più vivere nell'ignoranza. Mi sono svegliato, mi sono alzato, mi sono incamminato alla ricerca dell'eterna verità. Dell'eterna verità. O universo, dammi la forza o universo, dammi la forza affinché io non mi fermi prima di essere giunto alla meta. Mi sono svegliato, mi sono alzato, mi sono incamminato alla ricerca dell'eterna verità. Dell'eterna verità. Per Bonaventura mi sono imbattuto, per Bonaventura mi sono imbattuto nel mio Satguru che mi ha destato. Mi ha fatto vedere che io individuale illusorio, mi ha fatto vedere che io individuale illusorio, che l'Io Supremo è la sola realtà. sono svegliato, mi sono alzato, mi sono incamminato alla ricerca dell'eterna verità, dell'eterna verità. Bisogna trascendere la mente che crea l'illusione della divisione. Dobbiamo raggiungere l'unione con la luce splendente che ci illumina completamente. Mi sono svegliato, mi sono alzato, mi sono incamminato alla ricerca dell'eterna verità, dell'eterna verità.
I woke up, I got up, I began walking, looking for the eternal truth. I want to achieve it in this life. I do not want to live in ignorance. O universe, give me strength so that I do not stop before reaching the goal. Luckily, I came across my Satguru, who woke me up. He showed me that the individual I is illusory, that the supreme I is the only reality. We must transcend the mind, which creates the illusion of division. We have to reach union with the shining light that enlightens us completely. I woke up, I got up. I began walking, looking for the eternal truth.
So when we sit down to meditate, what we are actually doing is trying to learn how to die while alive. The process of meditation, if it is well done, it wants to take us as consciousness above body and mind. So, when we sit in meditation, we should try to forget completely our body, because we are not this body. This body is like a house we live in. So we can get out of a house. As we get out of the house, the building where we live, we can also get out of this body, this dress or house that we wear. The other element of impediment, or the other impediment, is the mind. The mind, through this thinking process that keeps happening in our head, even if we don't want it, it's a wall that impedes us to go into deep meditation and withdraw to a certain extent from this physical consciousness. So we try to still this body, to make it peaceful, relaxed, at peace. We don't want to entertain any tension, any worry, any stress. We just want to be at peace. We want to be at peace. So let's relax fully. Our legs, our arms, our trunk, face, all very relaxed. Then the next step is trying to silence the mind. And in order to silence the mind, we need to well focus our attention in the middle of what we see in front of our forehead. This spot in India is called the 10th door, the 10th gate. It's also called the third eye, single eye, this and that. It's called the 10th door because it is the door that gives us access to the beyond. What's beyond? Body and mind. The other 9 doors are the doors of sensory perception, like eyes, 2 eyes, 2 nostrils, mouth, ears, and so forth. So we want to gaze perfectly in a very concentrated way with full attention in the middle of what we see in front of our forehead. and keep looking steadily, minutely, in a penetrating way. As far as we are busy looking, the mind is quiet. If we stop looking, the mind begins to wander again. Anyhow, to help ourselves further in stilling the mind, beside looking perfectly in the center, we want to repeat also a mantra which keeps the mind busy. So mentally we repeat a mantra. If you are used to repeat any mantra, then you can repeat that. If you are not used, then you can repeat Sat Nam Radha Swami, which means truth is your name, you are the eternal truth, and you are the supreme soul. So nothing else to be done but look and repeat. Look and repeat. If you continue meditating like this, then the inner vision will open, and this dark veil that we see when we close our eyes will fade away, disappear, and in its place will come waves of light of different colors. Whichever shape they come, we keep staring in the center, we keep repeating the mantra, and try to reach the bright light, which should be like the light of midday sun. Then, if this happens, we will know what it is: bliss, beatitude, ecstasy, and intoxication, divine intoxication. So please, let's keep meditating like this for a while, until I begin singing again, and see what happens. Karunakara Jagadishwara Parameshwara Savan Karunakara Jagadishwara Parameshwara Kirapal Karunakara Jagadishwara Parameshwara Kirapal Karunakara Jagadishwara Parameshwara Jai Bo Karunakara Jagadishwara Parameshwara Jai Bo Karunakara Jagadishwara Parameshwara Is there some light?
I was just looking.
There's some better light.
No.
This seems to be the maximum.
It's okay, it's okay. So, one of the songs I sang before, he said, I woke up, I stood up, I began walking, looking for the eternal truth. This is a very ancient saying. It's a Vedic saying. Wake up, stand up, start walking, looking for the eternal truth, and until you find it, never stop. So this is a great advice for all of us, because the purpose of life is not to just eat, drink, experience a few pleasure, get sick, die, suffer. It's coming to know the eternal truth, which is a state of consciousness above duality. As far as we are stuck in duality, there is good and evil, joy and sorrow, good health, bad health, joy, sorrow, sufferings, this and that. So this eternal truth is above duality, which is a state of consciousness, which is of absolute clarity, absolute perfection, extremely real. So if you want to make our life beautiful, if you want to make our life interesting, and to make also our person beautiful and interesting, then that's what we should do. Try to find the truth of existence. And basically, the truth of existence consists of the fact that we are not this body and we are not this mind. All of us are so identified with this body that we think we are this body. But we are not this body, because this is a house in which we live in for a given period, and then we will have to leave it. Some people think that once we breathe our last, everything ends, because they think we are just flesh and blood. But it seems we are not just flesh and blood. We are conscious entities. We are consciousness. What is consciousness? From where does it come? From where does it rise? Scientists are convinced that it rises from the activities of the neurons in the brain. But there are people who have had this experience of withdrawing from the physical body, both in meditation or when they have a near-to-death experience, and they find out that although this body dies or stops breathing, they don't die. They're still alive. They function through another body, which is not physical, it's astral, ethereal, as you want to call it. So we human beings are like an onion, I would say, more or less, with so many layers. We have a physical body, an astral body, a causal body. We have many bodies. And on each plane of existence, we will have a body by which we function. So once we withdraw from this physical body, it's not the end of life. We have other bodies by which we work. On the astral plane, we have an astral body. On the causal plane, we have a causal body. So when we are initiated by a master into the, let's say, the mystery of the beyonds, what lies beyond what is physical, we experience to a certain degree this withdrawal from the physical body and from the thinking mind. So if we analyze ourselves, we say, this is my body. So I am not this body, I am the indweller of this body. And we say, my thoughts, my mind. So if it's my mind, it means I know this mind. I know these thoughts. It's very foolish to identify ourselves with our thoughts, because very often our thoughts are a bothering element in our life. Most of the time they just give us troubles. Sometimes they help us to understand things, to organize our life. But I would say that most of the time they are a disturbing element in our life. So if you think to be this disturbing element, then we think to be very little. So we are consciousness. That's what we are. And this consciousness will survive the death of this body. And actually we can experience this process of dying while alive if we go into very deep meditation. What is meditation? What's the purpose of meditation? Yes, it can be to make us relax, to make us peaceful, and have maybe a better, clear mind. But this is just the beginning. That's not the goal of meditation. The goal of meditation is to learn to die while alive. My master, when we sat with him in meditation, he used to say, Now we are here to learn how to die. And there is a saying that says, learn to die so that you may begin to live. So what does it mean? This is a saying from the Gospels. You Christians, those who are Christians, they should know it. Learn to die so that you may begin to live. What does it mean? It means that before we learn how to die, we are not living. Because we begin to live once we learn how to die. This means that the life in this body and in this world as we live it is not real life. It's kind of being dead while alive. And life begins once we learn how to withdraw from this physical body. And all the great people, those who have become great meditators, great masters, sages, they have become such just because they have experienced this process of learning, of leaving the body and going beyond. It's only through this experience that you really acquire extreme wisdom. Because once we leave this body and we go into another state of consciousness, which is above time and space, then it's loaded into our consciousness, into our awareness, so much information, so much knowledge that you can't get if you study the whole libraries of this world. Because what we understand through our intellect, through our logic and reasoning, is very, very limited. It is said that we use very little, small percentage of the capacity of our brain. And in order to use more of the capacities of our brain, it happens only if we really go very deep into meditation. If we really experience what it is coming in touch with the divine light, then other doors of perception open up. We become intuitive. We receive revelations, informations of a higher kind, which defy any logic and any brain capacity. So this is what the song says. Wake up, stand up, start walking, looking for the eternal truth, and never stop until you find it. And then since we know that we need help, we might say, oh universe, help me. So that I may realize this truth in this very lifetime and not in some other lifetime. Now we might be convinced that we just live one lifetime. We may be convinced that we live more lifetimes, whatever we want. From this perspective, it doesn't really matter. What it matters is that we try to realize this supreme truth in this very lifetime. Then, if this only one life or many lifetimes that we live, it doesn't really matter. That's not the topic now. The topic is try to realize this supreme truth in this very lifetime, because then you will live a wonderful life. You will be a wonderful person. You will become a person of love and compassion. Not just an egoistic person just focused on yourself. That's what people normally are. They just live for themselves. And once you live just for yourself, then you are encaged in yourself. We are universal beings. That's what we are, and we have to try to become that. We have to try to broaden our person, to expand and englobe the whole universe. We can say the whole humanity, the whole planet, but we can say the whole universe. Then we become great human beings. Not great just because we have money. Not great because we are famous in this world or important. That doesn't make us great human beings. Many people have. They are very wealthy, very famous, very powerful, but they are cruel and stupid. Just look at the world nowadays. All these great, powerful people, they are just getting to the point of destroying this planet. So where is the intelligence there? So being important, being powerful and wealthy, it doesn't make us intelligent. And it doesn't make us any special people. It just makes us very cruel people most of the time. And we most of these people. Because they don't care about anybody. They just care about their wealth, their power, and their dominion. So an intelligent person wouldn't like to be this kind of person. Would like to be a good, compassionate, sharing person. When we give, we expand ourselves. When we take, we contract ourselves. So what do we want to be? Do we want to be contracted beings, or we want to be broad beings? So then he says this song, by good luck I met my Satguru, who walked me up, who showed me the way. So most of us human beings, by ourselves, we are not able to accomplish very much. Some very special ones, maybe because in my understanding they have done this work already and they come in this world ready-made. Then they wake up very soon and they are able by themselves to reach something very special. But most of us, we need help. So in this undertaking, we need to be very humble. It doesn't matter how important or wealthy we are. In this field, we need to be very humble and recognize that we need the guidance of somebody who knows much more than we know, who can help us achieve this. In any field of life, we need a teacher. In any skill that we learn, we need a teacher. As kids, we go to school, we learn. Elementary school, high school, university, we always have teachers that teach us the topic that we are interested in and we want to learn. So in the same way, in the field of spirituality, we need a teacher. We definitely do. In my case, I have had two great masters who have been so helpful for me. Without them, I would have understood nothing of this life. By their help and their inspiration and encouragement, I can say that I've understood something. I don't want to be arrogant. So, I can say that by my experience associating with a master who is a very selfless being, that just does this work to help others grow and improve without any self-interest, those are the real masters. Those who make it as a business, they are business people, they are no masters. But my masters, they were very selfless. They worked day and night for thousands and thousands of people all over the world, and they didn't ask for anything. Just as I do. All the seminars I do, all my retreats, they are for free. I never took a penny from the work I do, because I make my living through my job. let's say. I used to. Now I am a retired person. So, if you are lucky enough to meet a master like that, then it's really good luck and it's a very great help. Because there is an aura, there is an atmosphere which is conductive over there. When I went for retreats with my masters, it was so wonderful, so easy to go deep into meditation. By myself it wasn't as easy, but with them, through the atmosphere which was around them, and also by the atmosphere that we people who attended the retreat created, it was so easy, it was so wonderful. And also any retreat that we have is so wonderful. Everybody, by the end of the retreat, they feel reborn, renewed, new inspiration, new strength to keep facing these challenges of life, because they are endless. And we need strength to face the challenges of life and to learn without being crushed by the challenges of life. Because that's why the challenges do come, to teach us something always. But if we don't have the strength to face them properly, then we are crushed by them. So the song says, what this master showed me, he showed me that this individual I is illusory, that the supreme I is the only reality. It's very difficult to understand that this world is an illusion, because it's so concrete, it's so real to us. There is a floor on which we are standing, can be an illusion. We have a body which is consistent, that can be an illusion. But what will be left of this building in 1,000 years? What will be left of this body in 50 years or 70 years? What is time? We came here, what, an hour before? An hour and a half? Where is it? It's real or it's unreal? Every moment, the present becomes the past. So how can it be real? It's real what is permanent. What's transitory is not real. So it seems to be real, but it's not. You know, even the scientists say we are made of atoms. And atoms are made of particles. So all this, our body and this building in which we are, it's all atoms. But we perceive it as solid matter, because we are stuck in this level of consciousness, which is physical. But if we withdraw from this level of consciousness and we go into a deep state of meditation, then we will see that it's all vibrant, it's all light. This body is light, and this building is also light, and the whole world is light, because it's made of photons. But to understand this intellectually is not enough. Scientists do understand it intellectually, or in the laboratory they find out that it's like this, but they don't experience it as a level of consciousness. So if a scientist talks about this topic, it's very interesting, but it doesn't really create an atmosphere. It doesn't really help you experience it, because he himself doesn't experience it. He knows it because laboratory has told him these things. They have found out. but they don't experience it as a level of consciousness. And you experience it as a level of consciousness once you withdraw from this physical consciousness and you go into what we call samadhi, or full withdrawal from the physical body into a higher state of consciousness. Then you can see that it's so light. So this individual I with which we are so much identified is not what we really are. We are cosmic beings. We englobe the divinity, that's what we are. Divine in nature. And if you think otherwise, we are just making ourselves less than what we are. Then it ends by the song ends by saying, we have to transcend that mind that creates the illusion of division. We have to reach union with the divine light that enlightens us completely. So, this is what we have tried to do when we study meditation. We try to transcend the mind and the body. Maybe we didn't succeed, but we tried. And that's what we should try to do every day if we want to be healthy people, with a healthy body and a healthy mind and a healthy nerve system. Because we need to relax every day. We need to smooth down this mental whirling and restlessness of our thoughts. As we need to nourish our body by food, in the same way we need to nourish our consciousness, our deep being, by relaxing a bit every day and finding some peace, by trying to touch a state of consciousness which is at least a peaceful, blissful state of well-being. So we will have a better kind of life. Not so stressed, not so restless, capable to face the challenges of life, by the way, without being crushed by them. And living a better quality life by being better quality human beings. What I'm telling is not something that I've read in books, that I've done for a month, for a year, 10 years, 30 years. I began doing this when I was 19 years old. Now I'm 72 years old. So I know very well what I'm talking about, because it's the lifestyle of my life. This is what I have been doing my whole life. So no, it's not something that I got from books, although I also got it from books. It is something that I've been practicing my whole life and of which I have very deep experience. And the words of a person have a value if what he says is what he does. Otherwise, what are we? If we think something, say something else, and do again something else, then what are we? What's our value? So, dear ones, I hope that this meeting was meaningful to you. I hope that you like it, you enjoyed it, you felt good, you got some good information. If any of you wants to ask anything, you're welcome. If you don't have any questions, it means everything is very clear and it's enough. Okay, dear ones. God bless.